Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. And I'm telling you right now, Jared Anderson, for those of you out there like myself who are saying Jared Anderson needs to step up, fight some real competition now, well, I tell you what, Top Rank has done that, and I think they have put him in over his head against Zhan Kossobutsky. Many people call him the heavyweight Triple G, because he can fight, he's vicious, he's a southpaw, and he is 19 wins, 19 of those wins, he got 18 by KO, 0 losses, 94% KO ratio. He stands 6'3", right around the height of Anderson, who stands about 6'4", 6'5", but he's a southpaw. And let me tell you right now, this is a serious, serious fight for Jared Anderson. For them to put him in there against this guy, I guess he's got to cut his teeth on a real fighter. I went and watched highlights of Kossobutsky. He can fight, he can crack, but the thing that caught my attention is he's a 6'3", 6'4" southpaw. Who did we just see recently that was out here making people miserable and got the whole world talking? But Zhan, right? Zhan, that southpaw style, we saw what he was able to do to Joe Joyce. And Zhan stands about 6'6", 6'7". Now that's the thing about him. But what I'm telling you is, this may be the season of the southpaws. Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, man. And now we got Kossobutsky. And I kind of wonder, right? Why would they throw Anderson in with Kossobutsky? Now don't get me wrong. Anderson can handle himself. You know, he's 100% KO ratio, 14 fights. He's standing 6'4". But what's interesting to me is when I look at Anderson, his reach, 78.5. When I look at Kossobutsky, his reach is, let me see if they have his on here. They don't show his reach on here for some reason. But that's the thing that was getting my attention. It was like, okay, well, when I look at these two fighters, what's the reach on Kossobutsky? But I'll tell you what, from looking at his highlights, I'm going to tell you right now, Kossobutsky's reach may be about the same as Anderson's. And if it's not, if it's significantly shorter, which it didn't look like in the videos, but then again, I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now, Jared Anderson and Kossobutsky is going to be one of those fights where, you know, I don't know who's going to win. I'm not going to favor Kossobutsky or Anderson. Both of them are KO artists, but couldn't they have picked like a Charles Martin? Couldn't they have picked a different name for Anderson? Why did they have to go and pick the damn heavyweight Triple G? That's all I'm getting at. Why him? Out of Kazakhstan, you know those guys are tough fighters. You know what I'm saying? Why throw him in there with a guy who is unknown, but I would say who's a killer? And matter of fact, I just pulled up the information. His reach is about the same, is exactly the same as Anderson's. But out of everyone they could have put him in the ring with, they put him in here with this guy. And I'm gonna tell you right now, both of them are undefeated wrecking balls. And they both get an opportunity to step up in class. But I'm telling you, I just don't know what Bob Arum's trying to do. You got Teofimo out here saying Bob Arum basically loves the black fighters. And now you got me out here saying, no, he can't love them that much. If he's putting Jared Anderson with an unknown, undrafted, stunning opponent. And, you know, to take a guy like Jared Anderson, if you're trying to build someone like that, you're very careful about the opponents you pick. But damn, to throw him in there with a knockout artist like that, I just don't understand. But some people say, hey, Top Rank should be praised for what they're doing, because that means they really believe in Anderson. Now, the thing about this that I don't like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just being very honest with you. they're making this fight in Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, where Anderson's from. Why would you have a homecoming event for Anderson facing a guy who could possibly knock him out? And when I say that, this guy has a good chance of knocking out Anderson. He's got skill. He's a southpaw. He's big. He's rangy. We saw Anderson in his fight. Matter of fact, I'll tell you who he was fighting. We saw Anderson against Jerry Forrest. With Jerry Forrest, although it only went 2 rounds, Jerry Forrest had Anderson on Queer Street. You understand? And Forrest can't compare to Kossobutsky. But at the end of the day, if Anderson wants to get a title shot, he's got to get through guys like Kossobutsky. It's supposed to be 10 rounds on ESPN, and I'm gonna just tell you right now, taking place July 1st. They're looking to sell out the venue, which seats about 8,000 people, and I just can't wait to see the. For me, I just can't wait to see the press conference. I just don't. I want to understand, because to me it's kind of irresponsible for Top Rank to put Jared Anderson in with a killer like that. Give him a softer touch with a big name, a Charles Martin, an Areola, and maybe Areola's a tougher fight. I don't know, but something that people, at least let it be a name people know, and let him go on. But they're probably looking at the fact that Anderson scored 6 straight knockouts in 3 rounds or less, and the fact that he's getting his rankings up in the WBO and the WBA. So that could be what they're looking at, but that doesn't matter. This guy Kossobutsky knocked everybody out. So I don't know. We're gonna see. But the good thing is Anderson knows that he's been irresponsible. He takes responsibility for his actions, and looking at the dangers that face him early in the fight, fighting guys that have power in both hands. But he didn't seem too interested in going against a Dillian White or Derek Chisora. So that could be what happened. I would like to get the backstory on how they ended up fighting this guy. But, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Anderson's only 23 years old, and he's not the guy who makes the fights. But he says he just puts his head down and goes to work. But I'm telling you right now, this is just not good. Kossobutsky, with everything he's been doing, man, ain't nobody stopping him down. He's not slowing down. 19 wins, 18 by KO, 12 stoppages in the first 2 rounds. You guys hear what I just said? 19 wins, 18 by KO, 12 stoppages in the first 2 rounds. That's a pretty big deal. So we will see what happens when these two get in the ring. But I'm telling you right now, I think this was a mistake. And I think we're gonna find out when they get in the ring that Anderson has no business in there with Kossobutsky. When we sit here and really think about this damn heavyweight division and what's going on in the heavyweight division, right? There are other names they could have put him in there with. They did not have to put Anderson in there with this guy, Kossobutsky. There was no need to put him in there with this killer. And I'm telling you that, and that's my opinion. They could have got a big name, and he would have still been just fine. When you look at the heavyweight division and you see what's out there, you figure Anderson, you can't fight Usyk, can't fight Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Can't fight Wilder, Joshua. Zhang's not going to mess with him. Andy Ruiz isn't. You got Dillian White. He could have fought Joe Joyce. He could have fought Ortiz. As we go down the line and we take a look at what's really out there, Anderson over here in the WBO column, he's bubbled at number 7. Again, Joe Joyce is there. Frank Sanchez is there. Otto Wallen is there. Out of all these names, why would they sit there and pick someone who's relatively unknown? I just don't understand. But when we talk about Kossobutsky, let's see where is he ranked. Okay, so that's the next thing we got to look at. Kossobutsky is ranked number 8 under the WBC column, the green tab. He's ranked number 8, and Anderson's ranked number 11. And then Kossobutsky is ranked number 12, in the WBA column, and Anderson's number 8. So obviously, the powers that be determined that, hey, somehow this is the best fight to make for him. But I just think there's so many other options. But that being said, we'll see how the cards fall. I'm telling you right now, I am not excited about this fight. I think they could have picked someone else, but other people probably ducked him. They probably turned him down. And that's what you see a lot of times when these fighters have to go and fight a European fighter or some guy from Asia, and everyone's like, who the hell is that? That's the only person who, it wasn't just about being available, but who I would call him a qualified volunteer. You know what I'm saying? They have other guys who I would say are qualified non-volunteers. And that could be what happened. They were qualified guys who could have gotten it. They just did not want to do it. That's what we say, to put duck sauce on the fried rice. And you had this guy who's like, cool, I'll fight him. And he's a heavy-hitting, highly skillful southpaw. Why did they put him in here? But hey, greater the risk, greater the reward. We'll see how it goes. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, in the breeze.